the parents to hear this. The child that you have did not come from you. The child came through you. Because Jeremiah is told in Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. What does that mean? You existed.
Before you existed.
Before you existed. You are there before you appeared. So the parents should know the child that you have did not come from you. They came through you.
Hi, welcome to Motherhood and Life with Monique. My name is Monique, a mother of 3 and someone that is working towards being a better mother every day. Welcome to my channel. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. To our newbies, karibuni sana. It's not many people that get to talk about motherhood, and those who do, they talk about the glamorous side of motherhood. But let's talk about motherhood in a different perspective. Most people get to talk about motherhood in a beautiful way, probably because that is how they experience motherhood. But there's another group that really don't get to talk about the real view of motherhood according to them because of societal standards and judgment and all those negative things. I will be first to talk about motherhood in a way that is not expected, and I know I'm not alone. So when people talk about motherhood, they talk about the beautiful things, you know, the beautiful journey, the memories, the planning and everything. But it's not everyone that gets the privilege to choose to be a mother. Some of us are mothers not because we chose to be mothers, but because we found ourselves in that situation. And that doesn't mean that we are not good mothers. That does not mean that we are not happy to be mothers, and it also doesn't mean that we don't love our children. We do love our children. We are good mothers, and we are definitely mothers. So I personally did get the opportunity to sit down and think about it and make a decision to be a mother, not even once in my 3 pregnancies. And that's because it's all different in all 3. In the first one, I was a student. I was not ready. It was not in my plans, but it happened. Now you'll ask, how did it happen, and do you had control? Yes, I had control. But when God chooses you, sometimes you don't get the chance to choose out. So yes, I had control. I did what I had to do, but it still happened. That was the first pregnancy. In the second pregnancy, I was sick out of family planning that messed me up. And I was at the verge of facing secondary infertility. And my doctors advised that I take out my birth control for medical purposes, which I did. And they didn't expect that I would get expectant because of what I was going through. And yeah, it still happened. I didn't believe it. They didn't believe it. I was taken through a series of scans. I had a scan every 2 weeks, back to back for 3 times, at week 8, week 10, and week 12, just to make sure that what they were seeing was the right thing. And yes, that is about the second pregnancy. And the third pregnancy was not about medical issues. It was about it was a totally different issue here. And this time I had the will to have a child, but my circumstances were not favoring me. Okay, so I had the struggle, but eventually it happened. And it happened when I had given up, and when I had decided that, you know what, I don't want the child anymore. But it still happened. So these struggles why I'm calling them struggles is because my mind was not settled at being a parent from the beginning. It's not because I didn't want to have a family. I wanted to have a family and children sometime later in life, but my mind was fixated in my career. I was so focused on building my career, but it was cut short by that. Now, it has taken me years to get my mind from where it was stuck. I must confess that it's still a struggle, because when motherhood kicks in, the responsibilities that come with motherhood are not the ones that you'll just brush off. Sometimes you'll have to make sacrifices that will cost you more than you expected. And it's been a series of ups and downs, especially mental battles. Please pardon the noise. It's holiday time and they are all over. Yeah, so it's been a struggle for me. And so when I talk about motherhood and why I choose to talk about motherhood, it's because speaking about it is, first of all, a therapy to me, and second of all, a reassurance to me first and to many other mothers that are struggling that it is a blessing. Now, I have something that I want us to listen together that really changed my perspective on how I view motherhood. And this has come just a few days ago. And I decided, you know what? I think this was made for me. It was made literally for me. And it has turned something around in my mind that I would have struggled with for a very long time, because I have tried to convince my mind. Sometimes it takes someone else to talk about a truth that you already know for it to sink in your mind. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes it takes someone else to speak about the same thing that you know for your mind to finally accept it. And that is what has happened to me. Now, listen to this.
One of the greatest privilege in life, and it's a divine privilege, is to become a parent.
It is.
Having become a parent is a great honor by God. God has honored you. By becoming a parent, choosing you to parent a child, it means God has honored you, has given you the privilege, and it's a great blessing. So if you are a parent right now, count yourself blessed.
Amen.
Count yourself divinely appointed, because you are carrying a heaven's mission.
Yeah.
Parenting is not a traditional thing. No. Because it's very clear from the scriptures, Psalms 127, that children are God's love gifts. They are heaven's generous reward.
Amazing.
So when you have children, it's God has gifted you, and the heaven has gifted you, so that you can carry the parenting God's way, carry parents heaven's way.
Yeah.
So we have to learn from the source.
True story.
Because this child does not come from the parents. I want the parents to hear this. The child that you have did not come from you. The child came through you. Because Jeremiah is told in Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. What does that mean? You existed.
Before you existed.
Before you existed. You are there before you appeared. So the parents should know the child that you have did not come from you. They came through you. And that's why they are being called heaven's generous rewards.
Yeah.
God's love gift. When people are in love, they exchange gifts. When you have a child, it's a sign that God have expressed his love to you. So you should receive that child as a love gift. Treasure that child. It's a treasure from God.
Yeah.
There's a gift from God. And that's why even when parents get children, unasikia mama wanasema so and so alibarikiwa. So
now that has really tuned something inside of me, that you see, in all these circumstances, in all these pregnancies, I didn't get the chance to choose, like to prepare. I want to be a mother. Now I should start trying to conceive. There are people who are privileged enough to have to plan for a child, but for me, I did not. I wish I did. I think it's a great feeling and a great opportunity, but that's my story. Now, why I've chosen to speak about it is because I've been looking for content that can encourage me, that I can have the zeal to push forward through the blurry road of life in my situation, but I didn't find anything that I could relate to. All I could find was videos that are glamorous, happy mothers, career women with children, things that are not relatable to me. And I know that I'm not alone. Now, when I listened to this video, something came to my mind. The story of Hannah. I know many of you know about the story of Hannah, and the story of Hannah is given the light of a woman that was going through pain, that really needed a child because the co-wife used to hurt her because of this very lack. But it is not emphasized enough that it is the Lord that had closed her womb. When these words came to my mind, what hit the most is, so the God that shuts other women's wombs is the same God that opens other women's wombs. And you see, both categories of women get to be shamed and pained and hurt from their situation. One from lack of children, and the other one from having so many children. Some have no control over the children they get. They really wish to have had as few kids as possible, but they have many kids. Why? Maybe family planning is not working on them or something. Mainly, they have no control over that. I know the world will tell you that there's another way. You know that stranger removal thing? But it's not everyone that relates to that. All right? So, the same God that shuts the wombs of some women is the same God that opens the wombs of others and they bear many children. I follow the story of a couple from the Western countries that got married in 2014. They've been looking for a child for 12 years. They've had several losses. They have tried to conceive. And only last year did God finally bless them. And now they are parents to a baby boy. And I thought to myself, for 12 years, if that was me, I would be carrying 12 children. I would be having 12 right now. And let me tell you, the reason I'm talking about this is because I have gone through torment. Because people will want your life to go the way they expect, but they don't put so many other things into consideration. And those things, those trolls, have gotten into my head for a very long time. I regret it. And I felt like I have lost myself. I have done something wrong. I am on the wrong. I'm losing, all those things because of what people would say about me having children back to back. And you never know, maybe more are on the way. Because sometimes you have no control. Mark that. And so, to the woman that is going through a similar situation, you feel like your life is not moving forward because of the number of children that you have, because you did not choose the situation that you're in. There are people who choose to have many children. There are others who don't choose to have many children, but they still have the many children. Remember, the same God that has shut the womb of the woman that is trying to conceive, they have the money that you don't have. They have the connections that you don't have. They have the good life that you don't have. But they are crying every day, begging God to at least give them one. Remember that there are always two sides of a coin. You're struggling with finances. You're struggling with other matters. Others are struggling with a different struggle. That does not mean that their struggle is more beautiful than yours. It does not mean that your struggle is more ugly than theirs. It only means that God has chosen you at this particular time to carry that blessing. It is you that have been chosen to go through the struggles that you're going through now for a reason. Maybe your life seems to be on a standstill because this particular child had to come at this appointed time, because God has a mission for that child that will need to be accomplished at a certain time in their life, and they had to come now through you. And so, as I walk through the motherhood journey with you, I want everyone of you to know that I have chosen this path purposely to be on the other side of the socials, the other side that does not talk about the glamour most of the time, the other side that is trying to make peace with what God has done, the other side that is trying to align and to accept and to walk the journey with grace. I hope you learned something. I did learn something from the video, the audio you just listened to, and I'm glad that at His own appointed time, God sends help, and I hope that helps. I hope to explore more and more with you, and I hope to build a community where women feel safe with their reproductive health and whatever is happening to them, because the society is so judgmental. The society will see you as someone that doesn't think, and with all the standards, you can easily lose yourself. So let's get ourselves back, you and I together. If you're not a woman, you're still welcome here, because you have a wife who may be stuck in life, who may be pained, and you don't know how to deal with it. You could be a brother, an uncle, a father. You could be anyone, but there's a woman in your life that needs this video and this community. So welcome them. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and let's keep the discussion going. My name is Monique. Until the next episode, see you.